Hey everyone, and welcome to World Heritage Journey. Today we're at Mount Athos in northern Greece. So Mount Athos sits at the end of a long peninsula, about 50 kilometers long, sticking out into the Aegean Sea. It's a holy place with around 20 different monasteries there, all for Orthodox Christians. Now, unfortunately, they limit access very heavily. Women are not allowed, which sadly rules out my co-producer and trusty camera operator. And it's prioritised to Orthodox Christians as well, which largely rules me out too. But we're going to do the next best thing. We're going to do a boat cruise right next to it. Let's go. So this is Mount Athos. As I mentioned, it's home to 20 monasteries and around 12 hermit communities as well. And all up, there's about 2,000 monks across various locations on the island. And the population is actually increasing, which I find quite surprising. Now, it's considered to be one of the most sacred places in the Eastern Orthodox tradition, and the monasteries are home to some of the most precious relics and texts and artifacts of the church. It's also an extremely influential place too for the artistic history of the Eastern Church, and a lot of the monasteries and churches we've seen in places like Romania and Bulgaria took their cues from the style that was developed here at Mount Athos. Now, it's been a super important place throughout history. It's mentioned as far back as the Iliad and the Odyssey, and in 492 BC, a massive Persian invasion of Greece was stopped when a storm wrecked the invasion fleet against the foot of the mountain. It's said that the Virgin Mary herself visited here as well, and by around the 4th century AD, the first monasteries were being established. In about the 8th or the 9th century AD, the Byzantine emperor issued an order that the peninsula was for monks only, and it couldn't be settled or farmed by people who weren't monks, and that's actually still true today. Now, these days, it's a fully autonomous part of Greece. It has its own governor elected by the monks, and many EU rules don't actually apply here. You know, it's said that the prohibition of women entering is to help monks avoid earthly temptations and things like that. But several women have actually entered, in disguise of course, over the centuries. I also find it quite fascinating that the prohibition on women also extends to female chickens, goats, sheep, cows and the like, though interestingly, female songbirds are actually allowed in. Well, we've just finished our cruise here at Mount Athos, and it's been absolutely fantastic. I loved seeing all the monasteries and just the landscape as well. It's just so beautiful. So it's been a lot of fun. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see all 20 of the monasteries, but we have seen a good number of them, and they were really, really interesting. But that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching. Give me a thumbs up if you liked the video. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought. Hit subscribe if you'd like to see more from the World Heritage Journey. I'll see you next time.